With the 194th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs have selected nose tackle Keondre Coburn out of Texas. Yet another East-West Shrine Bowler is going to the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a player that we've spent a lot of time talking about over the draft process. If you've been listening to the shows, we've been talking a lot about him. We've mocked him as early as round 4 to the Chiefs. This is a nose tackle that fits, that makes a lot of sense. And guess what? He's the only defensive lineman currently under contract for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2024. This is it. He is the only interior defensive lineman the Chiefs have under contract for 2024 right now.
I love Keondre Coburn, not just from the on-field perspective, but the person himself. He is so fun. He's such a fun guy, but a massive human being that is tough to knock off the point of attack. He's going to be able to eat up space next to Chris Jones, free him up. He's not going to be moved. The KCSN draft guide comped him to Brandon Williams. Hey, where did that guy play last year? In Kansas City. A very high fit, great natural leverage because he's not this big, huge guy. He doesn't have a ton of pass rush ability, but you don't care at this point. You need a space eater, and he is a space eater that does a little bit more than that. And I love it. This might be my favorite pick of the draft.
For a 330-pounder, he's got a little bit more wiggle, actually, than I think you anticipate for a guy like that. Now, he needs the space to do it. But, like you're seeing here in these highlights, he's got some lateral agility. Like, this man can sidestep pretty good, and he's got the hands to clear it out. And then, like you said, he's a powerful, especially in his lower body kind of guy. Don't get confused two ways about it. This is a nose tackle.
Yeah.
This is a nose tackle, and he's probably not even a guy that has a super high ceiling as a pass rusher at nose tackle.
Correct.
But you need someone to come in that can help stop the run. And it's nice that if it is a pass play that he has the ability to slip off a block and give chase after a quarterback or something like that. So we're seeing here the leverage that he plays with, the hand technique, the power in the lower body. We absolutely love getting to talk to him and seeing him at the Shrine Bowl. He has a little bit of that swagger to him. He talks a little bit of trash. He wants people to know, but then he's super serious. So I love Keondre Coburn. I love this pick. For us, people that watched us last year understood that we really wanted Marquand McCall, a player that we also watched at the Shrine Bowl for the Chiefs going in. We got the social media bit going last year. Didn't happen. This year we do get our guy, though. Similar-ish player. Not the exact same, but similar-ish and same concept. We all really like this guy in this role.
We don't have to clamor. For an undrafted free agent interior defensive lineman. Look, there was a run on interior nose tackle types earlier in this draft, and the Chiefs sat. They just waited. A lot of them fell off the board earlier in the, as recently as like the close to the top 100 range. Like Broderick Martin went off the board in the top 100. Siaki Ika. The Chiefs hold. They sit. They wait, and now they're getting a guy that I think can contribute as a rotational nose tackle, a guy that can develop and play. I think he can. I think he's going to be a true nose tackle contributor for this football team in the duration of his rookie contract.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play quick too. This might be a guy that plays pretty quick here. I absolutely am in love with this pick here. I do love Maddie saying there he's not useless on passing downs. He's got a little bit of push. He can bull rush a little bit there. Yeah. He can collapse the pocket a little bit there. You're not going to have to take him off the field in every single situation where, it's not a true run down there. Good eyes. I really like the way that he plays two gaps there. That's very important. Some of Derek Notty's best plays of his career have come with his ability to lock out, even with those shorter arms, but lock out, control two gaps. Keondre Coburn is going to be able to do that for this football team. Free up Chris Jones. The defensive line had a lot of focus in this draft. This is a player that we would have been very fine with early on in this draft, in round 4. I think if this team would have taken Keondre Coburn in round 4 at the NFL draft, even in that trade up, I would have been good with it because I like the player that much. I like the character. I like what he brings to the team that much. They stay patient. They stay calm. We just talked about staying patient and collecting value. They definitely did it.
I think one of the things you got to be not concerned for, but like the biggest challenge for him going to the NFL is going to be he doesn't have the longest of arms. They're 31 and a half inches. And that can be a bit of a problem when you're already operating with, from a lower spot being a little bit shorter. So how much will he be able to just sit there in the middle of the defensive line and really hold up and two gap? I don't know. So he might be a little bit more of a penetrating nose tackle. And that's fine. That's something Steve Spagnuolo has oftentimes dealt with and utilized, at the NFL level. So it's not a bad fit, but it's going to be interesting to see how he goes about that. This is easy because it's helmet scouting kind of too, but like I know you're probably gonna have a lot of Texas fans going to start getting some Puna Ford type thoughts and stuff out of after him, and they're not entirely dissimilar, I suppose. I mean, really, I think Puna was a little bit more explosive, and a little bit more maybe violent, but I think Coburn's stronger. He just kind of holds up a little bit better right there. But that's the type of nose tackle I think you're getting out of him.
Another high fit in the KCSN draft guide off the board to the Kansas City Chiefs. Our player comp for Keondre Coburn in the KCSN draft guide, Brandon Williams, former Chief Brandon Williams, maybe even a current or future Chief. Who knows? But this is a great fit. This is a great addition to the Chiefs group. Again, this is the only defensive tackle under contract.
It is
for 2024 for the Chiefs until Chris Jones' deal gets taken care of. For now.
But
they needed a guy like this, and I like that they went cheap again. They brought Derek Nottie back in another 1-year deal. This might be the next version of Derek Nottie for this defense.
Absolutely. I do have a major negative for Keondre Coburn here.
Big time.
5.22 relative athletic score breaks
Yes.
the mold of this draft. Everybody else was above a 9.
Oh no,
he did buck that trend.
The nose tackle
bucked the trend
was not seriously a 5.22. That's a better athlete than Derek Nottie was.
Do you know what they call a nose tackle with a 5.2 RAS?
A good football player.
A nose tackle. Do you know what they call a nose tackle with a good RAS? A first-round pick.
An elite nose tackle.
Player. It's like
it is.
That's really what it is. No, so you got to be happy with that.
I jest at the relative athletic score part of this. I love the pick.
No, this is a great one.
Stellar pick here. I think we all like this pick. We've been calling for it for a couple rounds now, really. So yeah, this is a great pick. I think everybody in Kansas City is happy about this one. Now.
They should be happy.
It's funny to see social media explode with joy over a nose tackle. But that speaks to how well regarded he's been in this process.
We had a 4th round grade on Keondre Coburn. We were comfortable with him in the 4th round of this draft. I think this is tremendous value. We'll find out if maybe there's a small fall for him just because of positional value, and that could be the case. It could be medicals. It could just be that the league didn't value him the way we do, obviously, because they know more than we do. But I think this is awesome. He's a Kansas City Chief. The call came, and it came from an 816 number. Your new defensive tackle, Keondre Coburn.
Love it. Love the pick. Love the individual. Fun player to root for.
Oh, yeah.
Easy player to root for. I am a big fan of nose tackles, obviously. And this guy has been on my list for a while. Would have been one of my day 3 dream guys before we even started all this. Happy to get him in round 6.
No, I think so. I think we all are. I think we all know that was just it was a pick that a lot of Chiefs fans who are coming into this day, not even this day, but the entire draft, thinking he makes a lot of sense at this point in time. We watched him down there when we were in Las Vegas at the Shrine Bowl, and he's making plays down there. You watch Tex, it's hard not to see him just stand out as this run stuffer or as this guy's getting into the backfield. So much fun to bring him in here. I think there is a path to him to compete for a role almost immediately or super early on, which is not something that I think a lot of the draft picks here have a great opportunity to. He might have one of the most direct paths to early playing time in week 1.
And I think that's a credit to Brett Veach. I don't think there's been a ton of nose tackles going off the board the same way that they were earlier in the draft.
Yeah.
So there was a clear run on nose tackle types earlier. In the 3rd round, Chiefs waited out and wind up getting a really quality player in Keondre Coburn, the nose tackle out of Texas.
Well, I would have put him in that same tier with a lot of those guys. I really would have. No. I mean, he's floating around that same tier. Chiefs wait a full day later and get the guy.